Okay, so that's negative 1, 4. 0, 1 is going to be right there. 1, 1/4 is going to be here. And then 2, 1/16 is going to be there. So notice what your graph is doing. What's your asymptote? What's the line you are approaching but not touching? 0. It's your x-intercept, right? Your axis. So this line right here is the one that you won't ever touch, which is your asymptote. Y. Do you remember what you put here? The asymptote. Y equals 0. So the line is y equals, right? Y equals 0. The range is all your y values that relate to that 0. How do you write your range? Y is greater. All your y values are going to be above 0. Okay. Do you remember how to tell if it's a growth or decay function? If you do that, then what? You get 0.2, but how do you know if that's growth or decay then? Okay, so if it's something more than 1, it's what? Growth. So is 0.25 more than 1? No. So this number that has the exponent to it is how you tell. If that's a fraction less than 1, it's decay. Is there another way you can tell if it's growth or decay? How does this help me see that it's decay? It's on its way down. If it's on its way down, it's decaying, right? If it's on its way up, if it's launching up, then it's growth. Okay, can you tell me the domain? Always? All real numbers. Yeah, all real numbers. And then what's your y-intercept? Yeah, it's always whatever your x value being 0 gets you right here. So this number, where x is 0, is always your y-intercept. So your y-intercept is 0, 1. Any questions on how we get any of that? This is probably, no, it's not probably. It absolutely is the question worth the most points on the whole final. So if there's like a question to make sure you've mastered, if you don't understand part of this, it's going to mess up the whole thing. So this is a big question. I think it's 5 points. So make sure if there's something here you don't know how to do, that we talk about it. Any questions on that? Okay, then it's exponential growth and decay with word problems. Let's take a look at what they're saying here. So it says the population of a town was 36,450 in 2023. If it decreased at a rate of 2.5% each year, use an exponential function to find the population after 8 years. Okay, so on the final, I give you this, and then these two problems. Which one of those two equations are you going to use right now for number 19? The decay, because it says it decreased, right? So decreased is going to be decay. So we just have to figure out what are we plugging into that on this problem. What is your A going to be on this problem? What's the number that we're going to drop in right there? Yeah, that's the number you start with. That's your A. Okay, so A is going to be 36,450. What's the R in this problem? Not 0.25. It's not the time. It's using this number, but it's not 0.25. What? Yeah. So if this is 2.5 as a percent, you're always dividing by 100 to turn it into a decimal, right? Which means you're moving a decimal 2 places to the left. 1, 2. So you got to drop in a 0. Okay, so your R is going to be 0.025. Okay. What's the T in that function? It's 8. Yeah, you're going to drop in an 8 for that. So this is all the information you need. You just have to drop it into that equation. So it can be y equals A, so 36,450. And then parentheses, you put in the 1 minus, and now you put in the decimal, 0.025 parenthesis to the 8th power. Okay, plug that into your calculator and tell me what you get. What are you going to put behind that? People. Yeah, if we're talking population, when you plug this in, you should be getting this number. 29,766.95824. It's a population, but it's a rounded population. So we're going to say, I would call this 29,767, but then people. I know, 67. It's there. Good on that? Okay, then this one says the rent for a house was $8,400. If rent increased at a rate of 11%, use an exponential function to find the rent for the house in 2028. Gotta be a little bit careful on this one. What's your A in this one? Well, first of all, which equation are we using? The growth, right? We're gonna use this growth equation. Y equals A times 1 plus R to the T, because it's growing. Okay, what is A? 8,400. What's R? So if it's 11%, go back to 1, 2. So it's going to be 0.11 for your R. And then T is where I usually see the issue on this one. T is 4. If it was 2024 and we want to know in 2028, you're just going to subtract those to see the difference. Right? So your T is going to be 4 years difference. That makes sense? All right, so now drop everything in. Y equals the original amount, 8,400, times 1 minus now 0.11 to the 4th power. Okay, plug that into your calculator. I can't afford to live in this place. Oh, what did I do? I lied. It's plus, you guys. Oh, really can't afford to live here. What'd you get? That's not what I got.
I got 9,200.
That's not what I got either. Did I plug something in wrong?
I got 12,000.
That's what I got. So 12,751. If we're doing dollars and cents, it would be 79 cents. That's kind of an odd rent amount, but $12,751.79. Oh, this is per year. Per year. We could afford that maybe, huh? Questions on that? Did those of you that got a different number plug it back in and get the right number now? Yeah. So you're going to type in 8,400 and then start a parenthesis and then do 1 plus and then do 0.11 and then end your parenthesis. And then you do the caret and then the number 4. Is that working now?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else need calculator help? All right. How many of you got any of those right when you did it yesterday? Yeah? Good job, Reese. All right. Look at number 21. So I give you this general rule. All right? Here's the rule. It would not be a terrible idea for you to do this on your note card. What does A sub 1 represent? The first term. A sub 1 is the first term. Okay, what does R represent? Do you remember what that's called? The common ratio, okay? Maybe you want to write a little note to yourself and say second term divided by first term. Remember, we always divided by the previous term. Okay, that's how you find your R. You take the second term in the sequence and you divide by the first term in the sequence. Okay, and then whenever there's an N, that's the term number. So if it's saying A sub 9, it's saying find the 9th term. Okay?
This is the both side card, right?
Yes, you may write on both sides. Fill it up. Write as much as you can. All right, so to find the rule, you're plugging into this, but notice it says leave N in your rule. So you shouldn't have anything plugged in for N. That means it's going to be A sub N equals, what's going to go in that A sub 1 spot?
4.
That's a 4. Okay, and then it's times, what's your R? Negative 6. You go negative 24 divided by 4. So you get a negative 6. Put parentheses around it, please, because if it's negative, that's a big deal. And then it's to the n minus 1 power. That's your rule. Don't plug anything in for n. Did it actually work out to that? Did I do it again? I didn't do it on purpose. Oh, you guys, tell me to stop touching my face. Do I have black smeared all over my face now? This is going to be a bad day. Stop touching it. Okay, so if I want the 9th term, here's what you're going to do. A sub 9 equals 4 times negative 6 to what power? The 8th power. It's to the 9 minus 1. I don't recommend you plug that in. I recommend you plug in the number 8. Because when you plug in the 9 minus 1, either you have to remember to put parentheses around it, okay? Or just plug it in as 4 times negative 6 to the 8th power. Just do the mental math, okay? Plug that in. What do you get?
We get negative 6,000,007.
Oh gosh, it's not even 67. It just has a 6 next to a 7. Are we there? He was so excited about the 6-7, but it's not the number 67. Did you get that? Okay. You got a negative? That's because you didn't put parentheses around this guy, I bet. Yes, ma'am. You take this. Your R is always the second term divided by the first term. So negative 24 divided by 4. How we doing? Okay. You guys, this is all we have left, and this is what you just took a test on. So I'm going to give you some time to work these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 problems out. Let's do it. Last few. Tell me what you put for the number of terms for this guy. 2, right? Every time you do plus or minus, it's a new term. So that's 2 terms. What do you call that? A binomial. Okay, what's the degree of that? The degree is 3 because of this guy. Oh, that's not a highlighter. Sorry. This guy. So a degree of 3 we call cubic. Okay. How many terms for the second one? 3 terms is a trinomial. And what's your degree? A degree of 2. This is the weird one. What do you call that? Okay. It would be in your best interest to put this chart on your note card somewhere. One where we have, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let me show you. put this guy. Okay, should we walk through it real fast so you can write it on your note card? A degree of 0 is what? That's constant. What's a degree of 1? Linear. Degree of 2, we just said quadratic. Degree of 3, we just said cubic. Degree of 4, what am I doing? Quartic. Okay, and then number of terms. 1 term is a monomial. 2 terms is a binomial. 3 is a trinomial. What do we call 4? Poly. Okay. Absolutely put that on your note card. No reason to spend a bunch of time trying to memorize something that you can write down on your note card. Can I go away from that? It's in your notes. This is your 7A notes. All right. Last couple here. Okay. 23 and 25 look fairly similar, but you're doing different things. Make sure that you are subtracting here. Here you're multiplying, okay? So if you're subtracting, you've got to find like terms. Is there a like term to 4y squared? 3y squared. So you go 4y squared minus 3y squared. Right? What is that? You good? Hang out with me. This should be 1y squared. You don't have to put the 1. You may put the 1. What is your next expression that you're going to simplify? 7y minus, right? 5y. So this minus should happen every single time. 7y minus 5y is a positive 2y. Okay, and then what do you get for your last one? Negative 5 minus a negative 8. So that's plus a positive 8, which is a positive 3. Did you get that? Yeah. Good. Okay, 24 we FOIL. So x times x, that's x squared. X times 12 is 12x. Negative 9 times x is negative 9x. And negative 9 times 12 is a negative 108. Final answer? What are you going to do? X squared. What's that? 3x. So plus 3x and then minus 108. So simplify as far as you can. If you are adding, they've got to be like terms. If you're subtracting, they've got to be like terms. If you're multiplying, they don't have to be like terms. Okay? All right, last one. Who finished this one? Chloe, what was your final answer?
3x cubed plus negative 7x squared minus 26x plus 24.
Oh, minus 7x squared minus what?
26x plus 24.
Anybody get that?
Yeah.
Yes?
I got it.
Anybody get something different? Okay, let's check. So you're going to distribute each piece. So I'm going to start with the x here, and I'm going to distribute to each one of these. Okay, so distribute that. You get 3x cubed, right? 3 times 1x. So 3x cubed. You're adding your exponents. Plus 5x squared. Minus 6x. Okay, so that takes care of the first. That's your x. Got multiplied by everything. Okay? Then you do your negative 4 by everything. So negative 4 times 3x squared. What do you get for that? Negative 4 times 3x squared. It's going to be positive or negative? Lincoln, is this you not distracted by your iPad while we're doing this? Yeah. Negative 12x squared. Okay, then negative 4 times 5x is a negative 20x. And then negative 4 times negative 6.
24.
Plus 24. Okay. So now simplify. 3x cubed. Do you have a like term to that? No like term. So Chloe's good there. 5x squared. Do you have a like term? Negative 12x squared. She said plus a negative. You could also write it this way. 3x cubed minus 7x squared is fine. Then it's a negative 6x minus 20x, which is a negative 26x, and then plus 24. Chloe got it right. Ooh. Okay. Questions on that?
No.
Fantastic.